Okay, week 3 video coming at ya. Just a couple more little bullet points and tips and tricks information I want to give you on this point in your journey. The first one we're going to talk about is challenging yourself on your workouts. I know I provided you guys with workouts that you don't necessarily have to be doing, although they are the best for effective ultimate calorie burning. So my tips for that are just the way to change it up, make it challenging, have fun. I like to, so say I'm doing 5 rounds, I time every round and I always try to beat the round before. So if I do one round for 3 minutes, I try to at least do the next round for 2 minutes 58 seconds. If I don't hit my time, I come up with something that I have to punish myself for. So I'll do like 10 burpees if I don't finish the time. So it's just a way to kind of motivate you and push you to do your ultimate best workout. But you definitely, on workouts, you need to be feeling the workout. If you just go to the gym and just walk on the treadmill and don't ever get your heart rate up, or you don't sweat, chances are, you will be burning calories, yes, but you're not burning ultimate calories as you should. So if you are able, I'm not saying that every single person has to do this, people have injuries, ailments, whatever, but if you are a healthy bodied person and you're totally capable of pushing yourself to the max, do that. I promise, combined with the food that you are eating, you will get optimal results. You'll stay lean, you'll get lean, you'll shape your body, and the weight will just fall off. So make sure you're challenging yourself. Find a buddy if you need to. Like I said, I really like timing my workouts because it really pushes me to do better every single time. So make sure we're not just slacking off, we're not just phoning it in or doing the minimum amount of effort. If you know you can do more, do more. If you know you can do better, pretty much. So challenge yourself on the workouts. Finding own recipes. This is a really good question. So obviously I provided you guys with a lot of recipes, and by now you should be getting a better hang of the kind of food that you should be eating. So one of the apps that I really like is called Fit Men Cook. There's a lot of recipes on there, and you can search by category. I always do like a high protein search or a low carb search, but of course there are going to be some recipes that most of the ingredients are okay, but you really have to look at every single ingredient, and most of the time you can take ingredients out. You don't have to have that extra added honey or added syrup or sugar or anything like that, or switch it for things you know are healthy. So make sure you are still reading the ingredients, because most people will say it's a healthy option, but now you should know you cannot trust marketing or big company marketing or anything like that. Do your own research, make sure you're reading the labels, ingredients, and everything like that, and tweak it if you need to. I always find recipes and I'll take stuff out, or I'll replace it with a healthier option. We just want the healthiest option possible. I'm not trying to restrict you of anything, but if you're going to make a decision, make it the best possible decision you can make. So Fit Men Cook, when I'm searching for recipes, I'll do a high protein, low carb option, and I usually don't ever use the carbs. I won't do the rice or the noodles or anything like that. I always substitute it for veggies or fats, anything like that. So time for you to start knowing your recipes. Know how to order when eating out. This is also a good one. By now you should kind of get a sense of the portion sizes and how they look and how big they are. So when you're at a restaurant and you get your food, and of course America is horrible at portion sizes, but you should know, okay, I shouldn't consume all of this food. So make sure you either immediately ask for a to-go box if you want, and take some of it with you for later, or when you're ordering. So make sure you're still keeping in mind that you need to start with protein first and then fill in with fats, and make sure you're getting veggies as well. I personally love to order salads, but my favorite salad is a Cobb salad. However, that has so much fat content in it. There's blue cheese, there's avocado, there's egg, there's bacon, and so I usually try to remove one or two things. So I'll make sure I have the chicken with the salad, and I'll remove the avocado or the bacon or something. And so I don't want to be consuming too many fats in one setting and go way over my fat content for the day just with one salad. That is the content you should be eating in a day, is not one salad. So just knowing stuff like that. So make sure you're always sticking with your protein first, getting in those healthy fats, but not going overboard. And then veggies, you can pretty much eat however many you want. They're so low GI. They're like 15 GI, and they'll kind of just pass right through you and provide minerals and nutrients on the way down. Certain ones, not every single vegetable, but a lot of the vegetables. Just make sure to look at your food chart facts for that. So that's just how you can order when eating out, and make sure you can just tweak it to however you want. Reading ingredients and labels is also very important. Obviously, there's tons of food in the grocery store. I mean, how many options of ketchup do we need? I don't know, but always stick with the best possible option. For instance, cottage cheese. I know for a while I was buying Kroger cottage cheese just because it was the cheapest one, of course. Well, a couple months later, I turned around to the back and the ingredients that had sugar in the cottage cheese, that had dextrose in it. So I was like, what the heck? And the next one right next to it is like the Daisy, I think, which is what I get now, and it's like 70 cents more, but it has no sugar in it. So just always compare when you're buying something to another option. This is also true, I know, for like cocktail sauce. I buy cocktail sauce to eat shrimp with, and most of the cocktail sauces have high fructose corn syrup in them. No one would ever know if you don't look at the back. So make sure you're choosing the healthiest option and reading the ingredients. I also just had a client we were discussing. She was shopping at the grocery store and told her to get Raos marinara. So RAOS is the brand, and it's like marinara sauce, stuff like that, tomato, basil, all that. And she was telling me, it said no added sugar, but on the back of the label it said 4 grams of sugar. And she was like, it says it has 4 grams of sugar. I was like, okay, well, where is the sugar coming from? If it's 4 grams of sugar of cane sugar, that's different than the 4 grams of sugar. It was just the natural sugar from the tomatoes. It was all clean ingredients. It was just spices and tomatoes pretty much. So know how to read the labels, know what sugars to look for. I have a whole thing on sugars on my social media. In my blog, it's like the 60 different names that sugar can go by. So we want to just try to avoid those at all possible. Knowing how to read ingredients, making sure there's minimal ingredients. The less the ingredients, the better it will be. And food not on the food chart. Most of the food you should be consuming is on the food chart, but if there's something you don't know, like I think beans are not on the food chart because I go back and forth with this because I've been told, beans don't help with fat burning and stop your body from burning fat just because of the carbs, but then they're also low on the GI scale. So kind of just use your discretion with that. Don't go overboard with beans. I would say, have them minimally. And then any other food, you can just Google the glycemic index. So if there's something on the food chart facts that you're not seeing and you want to know about it, just type in what it is and then type in glycemic index rating and it'll tell you, and then you can base it. If it's over 70, probably not a good idea. Kind of stay away from that as much as possible. 50 to 60s, it's medium, okay, like a yellow light, and then anything 55 or under, green light, good to go. So that is how you can know about other foods not on the food chart facts that you might be interested in consuming or using in recipes. So hopefully this information helps. Talk to you guys soon.